Alright guys, if you watched my video last week, you saw that I received a couple of brackets that are made by Kevin Robinson, made out of an old motorcycle sprocket. And this week I'm going to work on putting together a shelf that I can use these brackets with. And I've got quite a bit of old weathered lumber. Got a nice piece over here that might be a good candidate. I don't know how straight it is. I'll have to check it out. But that's what I'm going to be working on this week. So let's get to it. Here's that larger piece. This was actually found on the side of the road, and it has a lot of cracks and splits and flaws and knots and nail holes, which pretty much makes it perfect for this project. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to see if I can't clean it up and get it put together a little bit better, and we're going to go with that. So let's see if I can clean this up. Alright, I've got my table saw set at 7.5 inches. That would be equivalent of a 1x8. I think I can get a pretty clean 1x8 out of this. I'm going to give it a shot, see if I can just run it through there and get a straight edge. The one edge was pretty straight if you pinch that piece in there at the end, which I think I can do. So we're going to give that a shot and see what happens. A piece of this broke out and jammed up in the blade, so kept me from being able to complete that cut, so we'll give it another shot here. Might not be able to use this board, but we're going to keep going, giving it one more shot. One of those edges. Alright, I got it cut to length and width, and I've got a couple of splits here, and then I got another one over here. Okay, it doesn't seem too bad. I think that I can glue that up as if it's separate pieces and get it pretty stable. I did round over the edges a little bit, and I'm going to break out the sander and see what it looks like a little cleaned up. If it looks okay, which I think it will, I'm going to glue it up, all those splits, and take it from there. Wow, check that out. I think that thing looks awesome. Look at this side, still has all the rough cut saw mill blade marks all over it. I have no idea how old this is. Looks like it might have come off of an old barn or something. But yeah, nice rough cut. I'm not even sure which side I like the best, which side I want up and which side I want down. What do you guys think? We're going to call this one side A, and this one side B. Which side do you like the best? I think I'm going to go with this. I can glue up all these loose pieces. It'll be a nice solid board by the time I'm done with it. Give it a finish, and that thing's going to look amazing. So let me know in the comments if you like side A or if you like side B. Alright, let me get this thing glued up and take it from there. Okay, I ran to the store and I picked up some epoxy I've never used epoxy before, but I've always wanted to give it a try. And I've certainly got some areas on this plank where I could use some epoxy to fill some of these gaps. So I'm going to give it a try. And I've also got some of this Titebond glue, but it's the dark kind. I've never used the dark glue before, so I'm going to give that a try as well and see how that goes. So let's get on that. Okay, I've got this all glued and clamped. There's a little bit of squeeze out. I was able to wipe most of it up. And I've got these aluminum angle iron on there just to keep it straight. A lot of times when you glue these little pieces off the side there, they'll move up or down. So this is one way that I can assure that it's straight. Got one in the back here as well. So we'll give that a little bit to set up, and then we'll come back, and if I still got some time, I'll put some epoxy in there. Otherwise I'll have to wait for another day. Alright, I'm going to give these guys a couple of coats of black paint. I really like the contrast that black has with pretty much anything, so that's the color I'm going with. I like to go with really light coats. I don't have to completely cover this with every coat. I just need to just give it a little coat. That's how you keep from having runs. It's when you get impatient and you try to paint the whole thing really fast, that's when you get your runs. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll give it another light coat. Well, the glue's taken longer to set up than what's advertised on the jar, but that's because there's temperatures are a little bit lower. It takes longer for it to dry and cure. So I'm not going to be able to get to anything more today. But I really like the way this is turning out. I think that's going to be a nice shelf when I'm done with it. And I got a couple more coats on the brackets. They're looking pretty nice. So I'll probably put one more coat on those tonight and call it good. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.